Hi everyone. Okay, I am gonna mention this one more time, so that way I don't want to like talk about it multiple times or make a whole video about it. But basically, I'm just gonna say it. Melanie Martinez fans are absolutely toxic. Like they can just take about anything and complain about it, or just think that Melanie Martinez is being problematic, or that she's doing something wrong, blah, 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 blah. And oh my God. It's the same fans that are obsessed with her. They can basically take anything and either praise about her or hate her. Like, I don't know what the hell is going on with her fan base. Also, I feel bad for Timothy Heller. Her life was ruined because of the allegations she made. Again, we don't know the full story. We weren't there when this story happened, so I don't know. But both Melanie and Timothy were both in the wrong in this situation. Because I'm just gonna say it, Melanie has gone silent ever since the whole thing happened. And mostly because she's moving on and not giving not not noticing about it, probably. And I'm just gonna say this right now that I have experienced this myself, and I've heard about many other people, especially fictional characters, dealing with this. So, if something happens, and either you say something or you don't say something, regardless, you get in trouble. You get in trouble. You get in trouble for either speaking out about it or just going completely silent and not saying anything at all for, to confirm to people about the, you know, like, come on. You should know that already. And sometimes it's not nice to pick sides, but at the same time, it is reasonable to pick sides if someone is actually being a terrible person and if someone is actually a good person. Like, hello? Hello, bitch. I'm right here. I'm a good person. I just like Melanie Martinez's music. That's all. I don't collect any of her merch. I'm not an obsessive fan who goes to her concerts constantly and scream, yell, and praise her for whatever she does. Like, that's not me. I'm not part of I'm not part of some fucking fan base or fandom, whatever it is. I I do feel bad for Timothy, and I wish I would just be near her to hug her and tell her that, talk to her and tell her that everything was going to be okay. And that she should just be herself. Melanie, her Crybaby album of the whole child um, sexual abuse or assault material, yeah, it's creepy, especially with her playing her fictional self, where her fictional self is mostly a toddler or a child. I do understand that, but at the same time, Melanie Martinez herself is almost like a real life baby. She's clumsy, she trips over herself multiple times a day. She has baby teeth. She wore socks during her Crybaby performances and collects some vintage dolls and toys, and that's fine. That's fine, but yeah, playing a fictional character who's a child or toddler and being in adult or somewhat adult situations is definitely unsettling, is certainly uncomfortable. And some of the inspirations that Melanie has had to inspire her music, especially her music videos, like Nicolette, her artwork, yeah, I can certainly see why that's creepy. But at least the good news is she released K through 12 and Portals that is less creepy, but people still have a problem with those due to certain merch and child sexual things. I understand that, but I'm not on both or one or the other side. I'm just saying I just like listening to Melanie Martinez's music, and I do feel bad for Timothy Heller. Even if the allegations were just allegations and probably not proven true or false. We still don't know the whole story, and frankly, I don't want to know. Because that story caused a whole hell of a impact, and it's still being talked about to this day, especially in regards to Melanie's music, her albums, her Crybaby story, and Anyway, so the other thing that I wanted to talk about was, so I'm not going to name names of this person, but it's a YouTuber that I know of, and I'm just going to say it. I made a video years ago when I was sick. I was dealing with stomach acid and gas during that time, and I was uncomfortable by this piece of art of this YouTuber's character. It made me uncomfortable, and it was part of some stupid thumbnail about a certain situation that happened, like now a video that happened nine years ago, and well, so yeah, that video also happened 9 days ago. After that, talking about the situation that was only said once. And I understand about how a certain woman at a convention wasn't supposed to say anything about, a certain subject, and that she didn't want to be noticed or wanted to talk about certain stuff. Especially if she was on business. That's understandable. That's okay. And yeah, seeing someone have a bit of an ego, I understand, but at the same time I felt uncomfortable about it because it was a bit unprofessional, I want to say. Mostly the video targeting the YouTuber. And okay, so apparently another video mentioning this YouTuber, especially his friends, that same someone who made the video about him, mentioned, or at least talked about, another person's video. And this person, this girl, you might know about her. She's absolutely problematic, just born evil, and has been exposed for being an absolute creep, being an absolute incestuous, aggressive, violent, and stupid, nonsensical, not knowing about writing freak. And okay, so I'm just gonna say this. So, the video that the YouTuber made, that the other YouTuber, had the picture of. I watched that video, and it was nothing about what the other person was talking about. It was it was about someone else who was a friend of his, and that they had asexual relationship with a young girl. And obviously, having a sexual relationship with young girls or children is not okay, especially if you're an adult. But at the end, the whole forgiveness thing, yeah, that's. I mean, I don't know how to feel about it. On the one hand, I understand that you want to forgive this person for doing something wrong, but at the same time, having a sexual relationship with a young girl is not okay. It's never okay. It's most of the time, it's never supposed to be about forgiveness about that situation. But I do understand that you as a person just wants to forgive and forget about the situation, and that's completely fine. You do you, but yeah, definitely a bit concerning. But I'm just gonna say this: both of those videos that were 6 to 9 years ago completely pointless now, especially since um, the videos made by the YouTuber that I know of, he was also upset with some things, dealing with having talking about personal stuff. Even one of his videos where he talked about almost dying, like, God. But yeah, I don't know what's wrong with people. Oh, so the video that the YouTuber made was 7 years ago, and the video about him and his friends was made 6 years ago with the problematic YouTuber female. Yeah, completely pointless. Completely pointless. I'm just gonna say that. I really hope that this YouTuber is doing okay. I hope he's still doing okay. I also hope his wife is doing okay, for the love of God. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, yeah, I'm not picking sides, just concerned about these things, and I understand both situations, both sides, but at the same time, I don't care. Especially if they happened, like, literally years ago. Literally years ago. And I don't care. I really don't care. I don't give a shit. And that person who made a YouTuber who made those 2 videos about you know, he's never seen on YouTube again since a year ago, and you know what? Good riddance. Good. Your 2 videos were absolutely pointless, including the one where you sort of involve yourself with another person who's absolutely problematic. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Okay. I'm fine. Anyway, that's all for this video. Please stay safe. Please, for the love of God, stay safe. Stay at home. Stay away from protest segregated areas. Don't forget to smile. Be positive. Yeah. Bye.